Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Anthony, and we're talking about the worst movies of 2021, and they're so bad that I lost all my hair. But before we get into this list, I just want to tell you guys that this is my list, and this isn't a list to be taken seriously. Nobody's list is. This is just a list that a random person came up with, and they decided to say, these are the worst movies, these are the best movies, these are the most underrated movies. The lists don't matter. So don't get that mad. But if you are going to get mad, definitely go into the comments because it helps the channel out a lot. But without further ado, these are my top 10 worst movies of 2021. Number 10, Endangered Species. Jack Halsey takes his wife, their adult kids, and a friend for a dream vacation in Kenya. But as they venture off alone in the wilderness park, their safari van is flipped over by an angry rhino, leaving them injured and desperate. Now for Endangered Species, the reason why this is at number 10 and it's not higher is because this movie at least is trying to do something like nice. There's a lot of environmental awareness that they try to pursue in this film. It doesn't really work out really well. It's kind of masked in this very, very bad film. And like most of the movies on this list, the CGI is terrible. It's really, really bad. It's kind of offensive to the animals that they're trying to say that they want to protect and everything. But I get it. You know, who wants to be filming with a live action rhino that can possibly turn over your car? I mean, nobody wants to do that. Number 9, The Seventh Day. A renowned exorcist teams up with a rookie priest for his first day of training. As they plunge deeper into hell on earth, the lines between good and evil blur, and their own demons emerge. Now this isn't going to be the last time that you're going to see Guy Pearce on this list, because your boy had a bad year. And it's a shame for this one because I feel like the concept is interesting. It's just the execution, much like with all these films, is just not really good. You have an actor at the caliber of Guy Pearce. I really like the guy a lot. He's in a lot of movies I used to watch as a kid. And you put him in this film where the plot is all over the place. The ending is very predictable. I mean, come on. We saw this coming. But it's just one of those films that starts off kind of interesting enough, but then just slowly falls into darkness. You see what I did there? Number 8. Locked Down. A couple attempts a high-risk, high-stakes jewelry heist during the height of the pandemic. So this movie was filmed during the pandemic, and it's about a couple living during the pandemic, how they treat each other, how they live, how they coexist, and they come to realize that they're not good for each other, and they just talk and yell and scream for an hour and 30 minutes. Then all of a sudden, they decide to rob something. Comes out of nowhere. Lead up to this heist, as they call it, is not very convincing at all. I don't understand why this movie exists. I don't understand why they risked filming during the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic. This movie needs to go away. Number 7, Yakuza Princess. The heiress to half of the Yakuza crime syndicate forges an uneasy alliance with an amnesiac stranger who believes an ancient sword binds their two fates. She must unleash a war against the other half of the syndicate who wants her dead. Now this movie is based off a manga, and we already know that the manga is probably better. And I'm not one of those people that usually say that, hey, you gotta read the manga. The manga's totally better. But in this case, yeah, you're probably right. I believe every word that you say, weeb. And again, another movie where it could have been really cool. I mean, I've seen really bad kung fu martial arts type of films that are similar to this, and they're way better than this, because there's barely any action. I mean, the movie's called Yakuza Princess. You're showing a girl with a sword. I want some action. Number 6, Zone 414. Set in the future, a private detective, David Carmichael, is hired by an eccentric businessman to track down his missing daughter. David teams up with Jane, a highly advanced AI, to solve the mystery. Now that synopsis is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, right? But it also reminds me of a game called Cyberpunk. And while the game Cyberpunk is pretty decent, I enjoyed it, but if you bought Cyberpunk at launch, especially if you bought it on the consoles, you know that it's pretty much impossible to play during that time. And that's what Zone 414 feels like. Feels like the Cyberpunk bugs got their own movie. And again, my guy Guy Pearce here for some reason, just probably getting a paycheck. Don't turn into Bruce Willis, Guy Pearce. Please don't do that. But it's just a really sad attempt at a cyberpunk-esque film like Blade Runner, but just without all the heart and all the mystique. It's just here. Number 5, Cranston Academy Monster Zone. An intelligent 15-year-old high school student is unexpectedly transferred to a boarding school where he opens a portal of monsters from another dimension. Now, any other well-known animated studio like Pixar or DreamWorks or Sony Animation would totally take this story and make something pretty interesting. You know, I think they would totally knock it out of the park, any of these studios. But we have this studio, which I'm not going to even look up what they are, because just look at what we're seeing here. This isn't good. This isn't good. And, you know, I'm not gonna pull any punches here because you guys know what you did. But it's okay, because I'm gonna give this movie a pass. You know, because there's a scene in here where there's a giant chicken, a enormous chicken, and it eats a cow, and nobody blinks an eye. And they say, "Oh yeah, you know, giant chickens." I'm terrified. Number 4. Pups Alone. While everyone is away on a company ski trip, Robert's neighbor hires 2 independent thieves to steal his latest invention. The neighborhood dogs will use Robert's inventions to set up a house of horrors for the thieves. In the same year, we get another Home Alone movie that is trying to set up more sequels. I don't understand why. We also got a movie that was pretty much a knockoff of Home Alone, Pups Alone. You see how they did that? But where I will give Home Sweet Home Alone credit, can't believe I'm saying that, they at least had some traps that were actually pretty interesting. Well, they had traps. But Pups Alone, they have traps, but they don't even show up until the end of the film, and by then, you want to pull your hair out. You see what happened? Number 3. Cosmic Sin. 7 rogue soldiers launch a preemptive strike against a newly discovered alien civilization in hopes of ending an interstellar war before it starts. Well, you guys knew it was coming. If you are familiar with my channel, you've been here for a long time subscriber, you know me and Bruce Willis got some beef. And trust me, I had a lot to pick from for Bruce Willis films of 2021 to put on this list, but you know, I decided to go with the worst one, and that is Cosmic Sin. Wow. I mean, I saw every single Bruce Willis film of 2021, sadly, and Cosmic Sin was still in the back of my mind every time I was watching all those Bruce Willis films. I was like, is it as bad as Cosmic Sin? And I came to the conclusion, no, Cosmic Sin is the worst Bruce Willis film of 2021. I mean, just in that synopsis I gave you, it's totally misleading because it makes it seem like the humans are the heroes and they're trying to stop this war with these random aliens that want to attack Earth. That's not what this movie is. They literally attack the aliens first and then they go try to kill them off. What the hell? Number 2, Ebola Rex. An infected T-Rex escapes from a scientific lab in downtown Los Angeles, destroying everything in its path. Yeah. I watched this movie. I'm not ashamed of it. And I also, for some reason, had high hopes for it. You know, I didn't think it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be bad. But I was hoping it was going to be like, you know, The Room bad or Birdemic bad, where you can at least have fun and talk about it with your friends and family afterwards and say like, man, that was so bad, but that part was really funny though, right? But no. Ebola Rex is just bad. It's just plain old bad. They don't even try to, you know, show some self-awareness and say like, you know, we know we're a really bad movie, but we're gonna, you know, we're gonna poke fun of ourselves a little bit. Nope. This movie just keeps on going on. And the worst offense, the worst thing about this film is this movie is called Ebola Rex. You see the T-Rex for like 2 seconds. Then he's gone. Then it shows up until the end. That's it. Shame on you, movie. And the number 1 worst movie of 2021 is Death Rink. The closing staff of a local roller skating rink find themselves being stalked and slashed by a mysterious figure in their midst. So I had this thing that I would say every time I would do a movie review and just like, you know, think to myself, is this movie as bad as Death Rink? And no, no movie I saw this year was as bad as this film. I don't know why I even checked it out. I think it was because the poster is freaking fire. I mean, look at this poster. I just needed the movie to match the poster, okay? But this movie is, yikes. I can't even, it's not even so bad it's good kind of thing. All these movies on this list I watched because I was hoping it was going to be so bad it's good. But Death Rink made me pull out, no, I'm not going to do another hair joke. Death Rink just made me feel like, should I be doing this? Should I be talking about movies? Because if this is the kind of stuff I got to go through every year, I don't want to do it anymore. I just don't. And guys, that is the end of the list. My top 10 worst movies of 2021. And again, guys, this is just all in fun. I don't want anybody to, take this list seriously. The people that were involved in all these movies, I have nothing against them. All the stuff that they do is really hard. I don't want to take anything away from that. It's just me, personally, I didn't enjoy this stuff. If you like some of the movies on this list, don't let that stop you. Enjoy that stuff. Don't let some random ass dude that you don't even know make you feel like you shouldn't like this movie or make you upset. But again, if you get upset, go in the comments down below. It helps the channel out a lot. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you like this list? Did you hate this list? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what your list is. What's the worst movies in your opinion of 2021? And guys, don't forget to check out my Twitter so you can stay updated with my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Next year is going to be crazy, guys. I got a lot of content for you guys. So hopefully, maybe we'll get to 2,000 by then. I don't know. That's some high hopes, but we'll see. And remember, guys, keep watching movies.